All right, as promised, we are very excited to bring on a guy. They just had a parade out where he's at right now to celebrate another Super Bowl victory. Former Michigan, now former NFL quarterback, hell of a career, played for a very, very long time and made it to the mountaintop multiple times. Chad Henne. Chad, what's up, man?
How we doing? Thanks for having me.
Man, we're doing great. We talk about you all the time on here in a good way, not in a bad way. So it's excited to finally get you on, man. It was, a pleasure watching you play, and congrats on a great career, like I said. But I just, I want to start with it. It's such a long journey from the beginning to the end. I mean, this isn't a sport typically people just pick up their junior year of high school and play it for as long as you did. What is it like to know where you started, where you went in college at a very high level, played at a very high level, and now to have reached the mountaintop multiple times? And now that you're done, just looking back, 30,000-foot view, I mean, what can you say? How do you put that into words?
Yeah, I mean, I started football when I was 5 years old, so that's 32 years of football. And obviously, they had the opportunity to go to a lot of great places, including Michigan, being drafted to the NFL, and obviously having the 15-year career. But I think anything that you go into, it's all about relationships. And I've met so many great people along the way. Have learned so much, have faced through a lot of adversity, a lot of ups and downs. And to say I did it for that long and very happy of how it all went and how the things that I accomplished have gone, have been extremely, very proud of myself and my family as well.
Definitely. And again, that no stone left unturned. And Chad, I'm sure a lot of people talk about, being able to play for the Chiefs in such a fantastic organization, but it all starts with the head man there and Andy Reid and what he was, what he's been able to do offensively. What is it just like to prepare and listen to him and Coach Bieniemy and the offensive minds that they have together and around them, just to never know if you're going to be dancing around in a circle in a huddle or if you're just going to line up in 11 personnel and go out there and run stick slice?
Well, I think, Andy Reid was the reason I came here. I had a couple of visits after I left Jacksonville, but just sitting down with him, his communication throughout not only the quarterbacks, but everybody on the team, he's willing to take information from everybody. And I think that's what just makes him so great, is that he's always willing to learn, not only from us, but on tape. And it just makes our jobs a lot easier.
Yeah. How many mustaches did he draw on you when you'd fall asleep?
We actually were thinking about doing it when we got off the plane arriving in Arizona.
Oh, that's funny.
Our first Super Bowl in Miami, we wore the Tommy Bahama shirts and kind of gave him his due diligence there. But that would have been an all-timer there for sure.
That's hilarious.
Chad, man, it's great to see you. Thanks for coming on. First off, how's the golf game, buddy?
Very average. I mean, the only... being in cold places, Kansas City, and then our home bases in Pennsylvania, there's only about a month and a half a year that I'm able to play golf. So, yeah, I would just say very average.
Well, I feel like with the retirement, it's about to get a lot better, man. It's about to get a lot better.
So.
But
hope so.
Again, congratulations on a second Super Bowl ring. Congratulations on an epic career. There was a time I thought, I was a good quarterback, and I got to play with you. You were the best I ever saw do it. And now, these last few seasons, you've accepted and embraced your role as being a backup to Patrick Mahomes. What is that relationship like, and in what ways were you able to mentor him when he came in the league? And then in what ways have you learned some things from him?
Well, I think our relationship started off great. I mean, he contacted me right when I, accepted to come to Kansas City, and we hit it off right from the beginning. I think the main thing about being a backup in this league is putting your ego aside. I think we all want to be starters in this league, but realizing your role and understanding why you're there is a big part of it. But our relationship has grown. What I've learned from him, obviously, the drop back quarterback it's phasing its way out of the NFL. So the spatial awareness and the spread, just the ability to throw the ball, almost 75% of the time to win football games in this league is something that I had to, grow into and learn. And I learned a lot from him in that way. But his details, his communication, the way he prepares is an ultimate thing just for a young guy. I mean, he's only on year 6 or 7. And it's amazing what I see on a daily basis throughout his career.
Well, I know people have come to these last few seasons come to know you as Patrick Mahomes backup and winning these Super Bowls. But, I always remind people, Chad Henne was a starting quarterback for multiple franchises in this league. Miami Dolphins, Jacksonville Jaguars. You played a lot of football, and that has helped you in these big moments. We talk about it on the show all the time. A team is only as good as your backup quarterback. You're not somebody who just sat on the sidelines and held a clipboard. In some of the biggest moments, in key games, divisional rounds, conference championships, you were called upon not just to come in and hand the ball off, come in to make plays. 98-yard touchdown drive we saw just a few weeks ago. You were integral, and you guys won that game by 7 points. Talk about how it was to come in big moments for the Chiefs and be able to play such a huge role in winning a championship.
Well, I think I just do it back to my preparation. I think, like I said, everybody wants to be a starter. And I always took it as I prepare like I'm a starter each and every week. I never took that backup role, in my mindset. And each and every week, whether I get the reps or not, obviously don't get a lot of reps, but I stand behind Patrick. I go through the drops each and every time he goes through it. And then after practice, I get the throws that he gets in practice. So I always stay prepared in that aspect of it. And I always took the scout team not for granted. I always try to go out there and be the best quarterback throughout the week and give our defense headaches. And hopefully on Sunday that I was preparing them better than their starting quarterback on the other side of the football.
Prepare like you're the starter. I remember hearing Coach Loeffler say that about every day to us.
Well, you remember they say if you stay ready, you never have to get ready.
Prepare like you're the starter.
Of college
every day.
Chad, I really don't think I could pass up on this opportunity. Do you have any funny David Cohn, a little bit of embarrassing stories?
Yeah, what did Cohn do?
Be very, very
Feel
careful.
free to say anything.
Be very careful
Spit a
here,
freestyle
Chad.
Feel
every
free
now
to
and
say
then or
anything,
something,
please. Let's all laugh at David.
No, I thought we always had a great relationship. David, Nick Sheridan, when they were coming in, I felt like we always had a great relationship where I'd bring them over. We'd have barbecues. We'd go golfing. And I thought it was very important to always have a tight-knit group. And those guys were great. They helped me prepare each and every Saturday when I was in college. And like I said, I'm in that role right now, and they were in that role when we were in college. So I could always come to the sideline. They would always have information for me and help me out.
Well, I see where your golf skills and barbecue skills come from.
I'll tell you, Chad got the best invitations for golfing in the state of Michigan.
Oh, I bet.
The best invitations. And obviously he wouldn't go play golf by himself. So who's he going to take?
Yeah.
He took the quarterback room. He always looked out for us, man.
Man, that's awesome. Hey, speaking of college, let's talk about Michigan this year. You bring back your starting quarterback. Jim Harbaugh is coming back after trying to get poached to the NFL for the 17th time in 3 years. What's your expectations for Michigan this year? Because right now, they're looking like a top 2 team in the nation.
Yeah, they definitely got a lot of talent and let it do. Jim's done a great job. When he was on that hot seat, I think he didn't, take it for granted. He really dove down, got some great players in there, and they improved on offense. We always knew they had a great defense, but offensively, they definitely sparked a lot of people. And our expectations always there are try to win a national championship. In the last 2 years, they made it to, the playoffs, and we just got to get over that hump and try to get in the main game and win that national championship.
Yeah.
Chad, I want to ask you about this because this has kind of popped up the last couple of days in the media, and nobody really would understand this better than you because you know what goes on in the headset. You know how it's operated. There's been a couple people saying that Andy Reid is holding Eric Bieniemy back. I just want to give you a chance to comment on that as a guy who has been there and understands that. I feel like that's kind of out of bounds. That there's a lot of ways that doesn't make any sense. It seems like they have an unbelievable working relationship, and that Eric Bieniemy is going to be much better off for having worked under Andy Reid than the opposite.
Yeah, Eric Bieniemy is an ultimate leader of men. Not only is he a smart, bright guy on offense, but he's a leader of men. And I think everybody can gravitate towards him. When things aren't going right, he can step in there and really get us back on page and just point out what we're not doing good and what we're doing good. So he's a leader of men, but at the same time, he's learned so much from one of the greatest coaches of all time and offensive mind. So he has all that information that it's crazy that people aren't, willing to, hire him as a head coach or offensive coordinator. I think in the next couple of days, we'll see him. I'm not sure, whether he'll leave or not, but he's definitely going to have some opportunities to go elsewhere or be somewhere else.
Yeah, and it's not bad to step away from the person that's under your wing. Sometimes it's the best thing can happen for you, but you can't take that for granted. You know, they say dance with the one that brought you. I just wanted to get your comments on that, Chad, because nobody would know outside of a couple people better than you, and you guys are all in the same room. But congratulations, man. Unbelievable career. What a way to end it. I mean, talk about going out on top.
Sure.
No regrets. We appreciate you taking some time and hopping on here with us, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Enjoyed it. Obviously, David, we got to meet up.
Yeah, David,
we're in Nashville. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's get on the golf course, buddy.
Yep, for sure.
All right, Chad. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you guys.
Hey, everybody. Appreciate you watching. Do us a favor. If you like this content, want us to keep growing, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, turn that notification bell on. It helps more than you know. We're going to keep dropping the heat. You just keep dishing it.